All right, so now we're going to talk about how to solve linear inequalities, okay? All right, in inequalities, we have the signs greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. All right, so we solve linear inequalities the same way we solve linear equalities, except linear inequalities, we are going to flip the sign when we divide by a negative, if we divide by a negative number. All right, so let's see. So for this inequality, we have negative 22 minus the variable k is greater than or equal to negative 7 parentheses 8 plus 5k, close parentheses. All right, so our first step is we are going to draw a barrier. Right? So the reason we draw a barrier is because we want to know that we have two sides. All right. So since I see parentheses, in order to get rid of the parentheses, I'm going to distribute the negative 7 to get rid of those parentheses. So when I distribute, I'm going to use the operation of multiplication. So I'm going to do negative 7 times positive 8, and that's going to equal negative 56. And I have negative 7 times positive 5k, and that's going to equal negative 35k. All right? Now, we're going to bring down the negative 22 minus k, and we're going to keep the sign that's greater than or equal to. All right? Now that we got rid of parentheses, we look and see if we can combine like terms on each side. We can't combine anything here. We can't combine anything here, so we're good. We're going to move on to our next step, which is dealing with the variable. All right, so I'm going to do the inverse to get rid of the variable on one side. All right, so I'm going to start with the smallest variable. Now, even though even though 35 is a larger number, negative 35 is actually smaller than negative 1. So I'm actually going to start with the negative 35. All right, so in order to get rid of the negative 35, I'm going to add 35k to both sides. Okay? Now, this gets rid of the 35k's on that side. I'm going to bring down to negative 22. And essentially this is negative 1k plus 35k. So negative 1k plus 35k is going to equal positive 34k. All right? We're still going to have the greater than or equal to sign, and now it's going to equal negative 56. Now that I dealt with the variable, I'm going to go on to the term or the constant. I'm going to do the inverse. So the opposite of negative 22 is going to be positive 22. So I'm going to add 22 to both sides. The 22s on this side cancel out. I'm going to bring down the positive 34k. It's still going to be greater than or equal to, and negative 56 plus 22 is going to be negative 34. All right? Now we have to get the variable k by itself. In order to get the variable k by itself, we're going to divide by 34. And we're going to divide 34 on both sides. Now the 34's cancel out, and I have k by itself. Since I divided by a positive number, the inequality sign does not flip. So we're going to stay the same. So it's going to be k is greater than or equal to negative 34 divided by 34 is going to be negative 1. And that is our answer. Our answer is going to be k is greater than or equal to negative 1. So our correct answer is going to be D. And that is how you solve for linear inequalities.